Hello everybody, it is Sunday the 17th of December. I want to make a video talking about, true enlightenment, the end-time war that is in the book of the Revelation and the New World Order. And again, at the moment we're being told there are two sides going up against each other, which is, and we must choose a side. I just want to show you those two sides and what is being taught to us as true enlightenment. And, neither side is a good choice for us, and to see that there is a way of the middle. If the people of the middle would go their own way and leave those two go away. Now, what we've been told as knowledge and as enlightenment and the source. Now, the source of everything here is spiritual. This is a spiritual war. It is the spiritual that creates the physical. And then really reasoning from below, from what it is we know, because for the most part we still are the people of the middle. And our knowledge is grown through the connection to each other, our connections to each other through our connections to nature. That's where our knowledge is coming from. We give to one another, we receive of nature. Most of us still do. We are in groups of families, of friends, and those are natural connections. And again, what do we know as knowledge? What do we know if we reason from below as above, and cause and effect? So let's say in our lives, if we had a problem, where would you go? Let's say your car is broken down. Where would you go? You would take it to a car mechanic. And a good car mechanic would have the knowledge. He would have learned, the book knowledge about a car, but he would have experience. He would have done it several times, and he's good at his craft as well as having the knowledge. If you want a cream cake, you go to a baker's, and you wouldn't go and ask the mechanic for a cream cake or a baker to fix your car. So what we know as knowledge below, where we are, is both knowledge derived out of books combined with the material experience. So I just want to go up the bloodlines now, that the old blood, what is David Icke is describing as the old bloodlines, because that is one of the sides that is going to war with the corporate powers. And we are the piggies in the middle. The old bloodlines, and you can see in the aristocracy, say it like this, the old families, the way they live is sheltered. I say they're living in shelters. They are bunkered in. Even if you look at the old estates, you can actually see it as physical reality. There's a big wall around them, and now there's security guards to keep us out. So they are basically living in a world of their own, detached from the greater reality that most of us are struggling with at the moment. And although they're saying they're bringing knowledge to problems, to solve problems, they are actually not experiencing the problem. So they do not have full knowledge. I've worked for them, old money and new money for that matter, and talk about being on a different planet. Yes, absolutely. Not a clue what is actually going on. I worked for this woman that her friend, who was of the same class, had fallen onto hard times. So this woman, in order to help her friend, took a course, a 3-day course in poverty, basically, learning what poverty was like. And now she absolutely knew what the problem was, you know, detached from the greater reality of this world. But again, that has got spiritual roots, and I'll show you that. If we go up the old bloodlines, I think then we're coming to the secret societies. Yeah? And here's spiritual knowledge, and if we're being told they are in contact with other beings, and we're being told, you know, beings far out, far away from this world, and some of them never had a physical life experience, so they are completely detached from any knowledge of what physical life is actually like. Again, they can reason about it, but they do not have the physical experience, which would be, you know, the true knowledge. Cause and effect in the material world. Well, cause being the spiritual, and then the effect in the material world. Again, bring that back to below, and I mean right to the bottom. You want your car fixed. Yeah, you have a problem. You want something fixed, your car. You take it to somebody who has read books about cars, but who has never driven or owned, or maybe has never even seen a car in reality, and you would say, that's the greatest expert that can fix my car? So really what we have been told as spiritual, the most enlightened being, those that are the furthest removed from this reality, are the ones that have the greatest knowledge. But if, like say the secret, if that is really a case, that they have on spiritual pathways, channeling and whatever, received knowledge from far out and then implementing it here, that would explain a lot. And really, the spiritual creates the material, it is creating them. They are getting further and further removed from the base reality, the true reality, the underlying reality. They are in a different world. So that's that side. Now, they have spiritual knowledge, and they gathered spiritual knowledge, and I think that is what created the corporate beast. And that may well be their creation. Because what I can see, again, out of looking at it in this world, knowing it in this world, yeah, they are also detached from the rest of humanity, but in a different way. And that is by becoming imbalanced. And again, that is spiritually imbalanced. That is, you're only on one energy with one thought and one intention. Yeah? Whether that be greed, power, vanity, lust, you can see them all. They've tunnel vision just on that one thing. And they are becoming useful idiots, and they are useful idiots to some other power that is using them, or was using them for a while anyway. But as I said, that is creating completely, that is a spiritual imbalance inside of ourselves, where we're only on one energy. And the knowledge that that could be done, and that it would create a useful idiot, was brought courtesy of Jesus, because he was on just compassion, you know, and it's created this creature that would serve everybody, no question asked, and would go as far as self-sacrifice. I mean, there's a useful idiot. But you can do the same on any of the energies. Because once you're tunnel vision on one thing, you're no longer reasoning. You're no longer contemplating any other possibilities. And then reason goes out of the window. You need at least two to reason. And they've become onenesses. And as I look at this world at the moment, I think their creation, I think they have lost control of their creation, of that beast. Corporate, media, show business, it has created, it is taking power for itself. And I think it is those two sides that will go to war with each other in the book of the Revelation. So you have on the one side the ones that we can see in aristocracy or in other things, those that are detached from reality by being sheltered. Having a sheltered upbringing, they may have great knowledge, but they are not having the physical experience of this world. So they don't know, even if they, with the best of intentions they want to give, they don't know what they're giving to. They don't understand what they're giving to. So that is the one side, and I said, on the highest principle, when we talk about beings that are not of this world, far out, that never had a physical experience, and apparently they are the experts. And I'm not saying it. You wouldn't say that below, but you're saying it above. Again, complete disconnect between below and above. So you have them on the one side, and you have the tunnel vision, useful idiots that are now somehow managing to take over power. And I think it's those two sides that will go to war. And folks, neither of them are any good to us. This one is bad. And it's really like, again, and that is reflected in this world as well, where we're seeing in politics and stuff, we now have two choices, and they're both as bad as each other. That's where we're at. Unless we go the middle. And that is, again, we are valuing our family connections, our friends, we value nature, we value our connection to it, we value what we are in the body, we value that. And we do what is best for the body, for body and spirit, bread for body and spirit. And that will serve life. Yeah, and it's not, it's far out and it's so much greater, therefore what knowledge comes from there must be implemented here, and oops, it's killing life. Well, life was obviously not good enough. Or maybe those that gave the knowledge was a complete idiot that didn't know what I was talking about. We must value ourselves again. Self-worth. Absolutely self-worth. And we're not complete idiots, we know a lot. And we will receive more knowledge. And again, that was the other side of the teaching of Jesus. That continuously give to one another. And they healed. They created food out of thin air. They did a lot of things. Knowledge was given. But they were in the natural system of the natural connections. According to their truth, because this is what we're in, this is what our body is made out of. This is, all the other consciousnesses that we perceive as nature. That's what we're in, and right now that is our truth. And when we ask according to our truth, we will receive. And that would be the way of the middle. But then we're reasoning most definitely from below. We're definitely reasoning from below. And then what is above must serve this. Anyway, I think I leave it at that for today, and talk to you again. Bye.